Okay, so in this chapter we will talk about ethers, and we're going to talk about boiling points. We're going to talk about why ethers do not react. So why most of our reactions we carry under diethyl ether conditions, because diethyl ether is not reactive as like water or other solvents. So it's a good solvent for organic chemistry synthesis. But I want to talk a little bit about how we name ethers. So as we remember, ethers has a R prime group. In this particular example here, we have this R group. I'm gonna make it in red, that has 2 carbons, 1, 2, and this other R group that also have 1, 2 carbons. So in this particular case here, we have our R and our R prime. They have the same number of carbons. They are equal. So this is what we call a symmetric ether. In this other example here, however, we have 1, 2 carbons in the left side, and this one here we have only 1 carbon. So this is what we call a non-symmetric ether. So we have 2 ways that we can name ethers. The first one is called the functional way, and basically we have 2 alkyl groups, right? We're gonna write them as we're gonna write them in order, alphabetical order, and place the name ether at the end. Therefore, what I have here, my left and my right side is ethyl. So ethyl, ethyl, ether. Okay, because I have ethyl and ethyl, this is symmetric. I can call this as a diethyl ether. This one here, these words are separated. Just make them apart from each other. So this one here, we have a methyl and an ethyl. So E comes first, then M, so I would call ethyl, and then another word, methyl, ether. This is how we name as a functional. We basically place the name ether at the end. We use alphabetical order, and then the first one that comes in the alphabet goes first, and then space, second, space, ether. When we are talking about substitutive name, it's another way to name these compounds. And we need to use the alkoxy derivative of an alkane. For example, this particular one here will be alkoxy, so ethoxyethane. So 2 carbons, 2 carbons, 2 carbons, 2 carbons. For this one here, we're gonna call methoxy on ethane. Yeah, so for this particular one, we're gonna use the alkoxy derivative of an alkane, okay? And we have these 2 names, so when you're working in your problems, you could have the functional group, or you could have the substitutive group. Some professors require you to know both. Some professors require you to know only one. So just adapt it, what you're learning from what your professor asks you to have it memorized.